Welcome to the deep dive. Ever wondered why some lessons just, well, stick in your head and others just vanish?
Yeah, or why some people are just brilliant at explaining things.
Exactly. So today we're digging into something called teaching aptitude. And this isn't just for teachers.
Not at all.
Understanding this stuff can actually give you a real shortcut to learning better, remembering more, maybe even getting your own ideas across more clearly. So let's unpack what our source material says.
Well, it's interesting because you might think teaching is, just between the teacher and the student. Pretty
That's
simple.
logical.
But our source, the summary on teaching aptitude, it points out something quite fascinating. It says, teaching is actually a tripolar process.
Tripolar. Okay, what does that mean?
It means there are three key parts. The teacher, obviously, the learner, that's you, and, crucially, the content itself.
The material being taught.
Exactly. And that's not just like academic jargon. It explains why even a fantastic teacher might struggle if the material isn't set up right for you, the learner, or, if the content itself isn't quite right.
Okay, yeah, that shift in thinking.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's not just about the delivery.
Right. It's the whole system.
So that's the foundation. And building on that, the source also talks about teaching having clear goals, doesn't it? It's not just random.
Absolutely. It's not just about throwing facts out there. It's about developing skills, values, even shaping how you think.
And the thing that really jumped out at me from the source was this idea of levels of teaching.
Ah, yes, the levels. Very important.
It sort of shows how many layers there can be to really getting something, how deep learning can actually go.
It really does. There are basically three distinct levels, and your involvement as a learner changes quite a bit with each one.
Okay, break those down for us.
So first up is the memory level. This is pretty basic. Low involvement from you. It's mostly about rote learning, just remembering facts.
Like cramming for a test.
Exactly like cramming. You might remember it for the test, but chances are it's gone a week later. It's sufficient for just raw data, maybe, but it doesn't usually stick long term.
Right, so moving up from just pure recall.
Precisely. Then you get to the understanding level. Now, this is where you can actually explain the concept in your own words. You're not just spitting back facts.
You've actually processed it.
Yeah, you get it. You've made connections, made it your own somehow. Moderate involvement needed here.
Okay, makes sense. And the top level, that sounds like where the real deeper learning happens.
Oh, absolutely. The reflective level. This is the highest level, demanding a lot from you. High involvement.
How so?
Well, here, you're not just recalling or understanding. You can critically analyze the information, argue with it, apply it to totally new, messy situations, problem solving.
So like using case studies or maybe debates?
Perfect examples. You're using the knowledge actively, testing it, maybe even creating something new from it. That's deep insight. That's when you know something has truly, truly stuck.
Okay, so understanding the levels shows us how deep learning can go. But what does our source say makes for good teaching to actually get you, the learner, to those deeper levels?
Right, good question. So what makes teaching effective? According to our source, it's not just about knowing the subject. It's definitely about clear communication, making sure you understand.
Yeah, clarity is key.
And being student-centered. That means tailoring things to your needs, where you're at, plus encouraging critical thinking, pushing you to question things, not just accept them.
And being flexible too, I imagine.
Definitely flexible and adaptive. Changing track if something isn't landing for you. It's really about effectively guiding your specific learning journey.
That makes a lot of sense. So how do teachers actually do that? What kinds of methods or tools does the source talk about?
Well, there's quite a range. You've got the more traditional teacher-centered lecture method, good for getting info out to big groups quickly, maybe.
But maybe not so interactive for the learner.
Often, yeah, less active learning for you. But then you have methods like the project method learning, by actually doing something, building something, very hands-on.
Much more engaging, I bet.
Can be, yeah. Or the heuristic method. This one's interesting. It's all about guiding you to discover the answers yourself, like solving a puzzle without the instructions. Self-discovery.
Okay. And what about tools? Technology must play a role now.
Oh, hugely. The source mentions ICT, information and communication technology. Think smartboards in classrooms, interactive online quizzes, simulations, even well-made educational videos online.
Stuff that makes it more engaging.
Exactly. Engaging, interactive, and often more accessible, too. You can learn anywhere, anytime.
It really seems like all these methods and tools ultimately circle back to focusing on you, the learner. Our summary really stresses understanding your side of things.
It absolutely does. Understanding learner characteristics is highlighted as critical. And that's not just, the classic visual, auditory, kinesthetic learning styles. Things like your motivation, are you interested? Your prior knowledge, what you already know, your background, your learning pace. Recognizing these helps make the teaching much more effective for you.
Tailoring it, basically.
Precisely, tailoring the approach.
And surely a big part of that is knowing how you're doing. Feedback seems crucial.
Couldn't be more crucial. The source emphasizes that effective feedback needs to be timely given when you can still use it.
Not weeks later.
Right. And specifically telling you exactly what needs work, not just a vague good job or try harder.
Constructive, too.
Yes, constructive. It should help you see how to improve, not just point out flaws. Think of it like a mini roadmap for your next step in learning. It keeps you moving forward.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener?
Well,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, please.
I was going to say, it seems like this deep dive shows that effective teaching isn't just a one-way street. It's this really dynamic process, isn't it?
It is.
It's designed to help you not just memorize stuff, but really understand it, think critically about it, maybe even discover things yourself. It's all about empowering your own learning.
Exactly. And that actually brings up sort of a final thought or question for you listening.
Okay.
How can understanding these different levels, memory, understanding, reflective, and these characteristics of good teaching and learning actually change your own approach? Whether you're trying to learn something new or even explain something you know to someone else.
Hmm.
Think about it. How can you consciously push your own learning or help others push theirs towards that highest reflective level? That's where the really deep understanding and mastery happens.